Hi, welcome to the American Dream. Today we're in beautiful Cincinnati, Ohio. We're going to take you all around the tri-state area, show you all the great real estate, lifestyles, and culture that this great area has to offer. You're going to hear from local, award-winning real estate professionals. This is a real show, not a reality show. I'm your host, Ryan Kiefer. Welcome to the American Dream, Selling Cincinnati.
Welcome to the American Dream, a real show, not a reality show. The real estate, the lifestyle, the culture.
It's not just about what you're living in, but the community you're going to live in.
High-rise, luxury living.
People are the vehicle, people are the connection, people are the expansion.
Helping folks just like you find your dream home.
It just never disappoints. Real stories in real neighborhoods with real experts. The opportunity to achieve our biggest goals and aspirations.
It's the American Dream.
Welcome to the Bluegrass State. Corey Yelton here with Fairway Mortgage and your American Dream host. Today we're in Petersburg, Kentucky, which is about 30 minutes south of Cincinnati, Ohio, and we're going to explore the Creation Museum. This main building has about 75,000 square feet and almost 150 exhibits, plus tons of experiences to walk you through the biblical perspective on the origins of life. There's a planetarium, a special effects theater, a children's zoo, botanical gardens, nature trails, and for the thrill seekers, which would not describe me, there's even an 1,800 square foot zip line. So, I hope you're well rested. Why don't you come with me and we'll go check it out. In the Dino Den, and I'm talking today with Dr. Tim Chafee, who is an author and also the content manager of the Creation Museum and their sister attraction, the Ark Encounter, in nearby Williamstown, Kentucky. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks, Corey. Good to be with you.
Yeah. So tell me, what's the buzz? Why do people come from all over the world to this place?
Well, it's very unique. I mean, here you have an entire museum, a large museum that is first class, and it's dedicated to teaching people that the Bible is true from the very first verse. Most museums will never talk about that, and so there's a lot of people who are hungry for that. People are curious, and they want to know, can the Bible be trusted? And they want to see the Bible come to life, and that's what we do here at the Creation Museum.
Awesome. So obviously, tons of space here, lots of things to look at and see and experience. What are your best tips for visitors to the museum?
Yeah, well, I definitely recommend they go check out our website at creationmuseum.org because it's going to give you all the details of where you can stay and how you can get your tickets and group rates, all those different things, different tips for them. But also talk to people who've already been here, explore the website. I'll tell you about some of the exhibits, look at some of the resources that we have. We have books that will take you through the various exhibits as well. So yeah, take advantage of the resources that are already there. Look at our website, answersingenesis.org, that has thousands of articles dealing with a lot of the issues we cover here at the Creation Museum.
Okay, awesome. And so obviously your team is probably constantly innovating, trying to find new ways to teach visitors about the biblical history of the origins of life. So what's coming soon at the Creation Museum?
Yeah, so if you haven't been here in a few years, there's a lot that's new already, because since we opened the Ark in 2016, we've had to redo about a third of the Creation Museum. And so if people haven't been here for a while, come back. There's a lot that's new, but we're building a large conservatory out in the gardens area. We call it the Eden Teaching Center. And so we're going to have we're expanding our zoo out there as well. So we're going to have 4 large greenhouses, seasonal. One of them seasonal, the others are plants of the Bible. So we're developing that right now. We just opened up some new exhibits here, Fearfully and Wonderfully Made, Borderland, and then we've got a new one that we're working on right now that I'm so excited about down at the Ark Encounter, and that's going to be a huge model of first century Jerusalem from the time of Jesus. And so it'll be the most accurate model of Jerusalem anywhere in the world.
Cool. And very timely, I'm sure, given the world event. So obviously with visitors coming from all over the world, there's got to be an economic impact to the region and the state. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, I don't know the official numbers, but I do know it's a huge impact. We have 1 million people a year coming to the Ark Encounter, about half of that coming to the Creation Museum. You think of all those people who are coming and staying in the hotels, dining at the restaurants, they're visiting other attractions in the area. So they're spending money here. Just in taxes alone, we're bringing in millions of dollars to the state. So we're having a huge economic impact. And we have over 1,000 people working at the 2 places, between the various ministries. And so, yeah, we're definitely having a huge impact economically, and we've won awards for that as well from the state.
That's right. I saw that you all had won a big award from the Northern Kentucky Convention Bureau. So that's great. Last but not least, what would you say when people leave this place, what impact does it have on them? What do they say about their time here?
There are a lot of people who say it was so great to see the Bible come to life. That they had imagined it as they read it, but then to actually come here and kind of be thrown into some of those scenes and to think about it at a deeper level for them. Some people will comment on that their faith was strengthened because they're being shown that the Bible's trustworthy from the very first verse. And then some of my favorite testimonies are the people who say that they've given their lives to the Lord because they've encountered the gospel here and they've believed the gospel and are saved. So I praise God for that.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for spending time with me today and showing us around. This has been an awesome opportunity to explore the museum, and I really appreciate your time.
You're very welcome. It's good to meet you.
Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of American Dream, where we saw just a glimpse of the Creation Museum in Petersburg, Kentucky. I'm your host, Corey Yelton, and I'll see you next time.
Hey everybody, welcome to the American Dream. I'm your host, Ryan Keeper. Today we are in the heart of Pleasant Ridge. We're going to be chatting with Mr. Josh Rothstein of On-Site Retail Group, talking about the game-changing refacing of the coveted Pleasant Ridge Business District. Pleasant Ridge is nestled between Oakley, Amberley Village, Norwood, Silverton, Columbia Township. The area has several schools and parks and bustles with people of all ages. All its housing stock and businesses are housed in beautiful buildings that boast tremendous charm and history, since nothing new has been constructed in decades until now. So we're here with Josh, On-Site Retail Group. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome back, I guess I should say.
For sure.
Been on before. So we're here in downtown Pleasant Ridge in the business district. We're here at the Gaslight Cafe, one of the OGs of this area, I take it?
Yep. Been here for 30 plus years. This is the neighborhood staple. You can come here and get food, drinks, open for lunch, open for dinner, open till 2 a.m. Everybody stops here.
Love it, love it. Great spot for sure. I'm definitely going to come back and check it out here.
Yep.
Maybe even after we're done. But talk to us a little bit about what's going on in Pleasant Ridge.
Yeah, so relative to the Gaslight that's been here for decades, you've got a lot of commercial activity that's really sprouted up over the past couple of years. Goodfellas Pizzeria across the street from here, Revolution Rotisserie down the street, Cafe Alma, Caddy Corner to here. And then 1 block away, you've got a brand new project that sits on 1.2 acres. That's gonna be 82 apartments, 2 restaurant spaces, street level commercial. It's under construction now, should be ready about next spring, and it really is a game changer.
Yeah.
Completely refacing the business district, actually pushing it about a block to the south.
Okay.
So it's adding even more activity for people to enjoy. So in a place like Pleasant Ridge, when you've got places like this that carry that charming aesthetic, you'll have this brand new project with all sorts of new flavor and flair to add to the synergy.
Pleasant Ridge has been such a highly sought after area over the last, call it, decade or two. You know, you're so close to downtown, you're kind of central, maybe / east side.
Sure.
And such a great place that people want to be. I know the residential side of that will be very much welcomed. You said 82 apartments coming in?
82 apartments, yeah. And you've got Kenwood in that direction, Norwood over there,
Yeah.
Oakley, which people go crazy
All
for,
right.
and then Amberley Village. And geographically centralized, 71 hits Ridge Road, not even 2 miles down the street from here. So people want to live here. When a house goes on the market, immediately gets popped
gone.
off. Yeah, so it's desirable to be here. It's fun, it's safe. You've got young families, you've got young professionals, you've got the whole gamut of people that live here, that are moving in here, and now increasingly want to eat, drink, and shop here.
Yeah. Talk
talk to us a little bit about, do we know what businesses are going in there just yet? Or?
So haven't secured it yet. Yeah, no, we're starting the pre-leasing on all the space that we have available. And again, it's only 2 commercial spaces, but each of them are equipped with patios. It's the 2 corners of the building, so that end cap position provides for great visibility, an awesome scenario. You've got parking, so I think they will likely be restaurants, but if it's a service-oriented user, if it's a store, if it's a high-end nail salon, it could really be anything within reason. But a restaurant bar is really what the neighborhood has been screaming for, because there's such a demand for it.
Right. Well, and if you have parking for it, of course, that's the key.
Right.
In these, I don't want to call them older areas, but you know what I mean. They're already built out. We're not way out in the suburbs, so parking is always key.
Parking, prominence, and presence. That's what will get the tenants to take the space.
Right. Absolutely. Josh, thank you so much for being on.
Great to be here.
That was
Thank
great
you again.
As always.
For sure.
In the meantime, thanks for watching, and cheers to your American dream.
Welcome to American Dream TV. I'm your host, Lori Wilson. Together we will discover, connect, and bring light to our tri-state communities in West Virginia, Ohio, and Kentucky in Selling Appalachia. Let's get started. The future of Sandy's Casino, also known as Sandy's Racing and Gaming in Ashland, Kentucky, seems promising based on its initial impact and plans. The facility is spanning more than 74,000 square feet, including a sportsbook betting lounge, over 700 slot games, and aims to create significant economic impact in Eastern Kentucky. And it's a pretty fun place to win big. Rachel, I'm so glad to meet you.
Yes, you as well.
What a wonderful impact this is having on our entire tri-state area. What have you seen so far in job growth?
We hired over 200 local tri-state workers. Like you said, it's not just Ashland. We really have that draw to the tri-state. We want to make sure we always hone in on that. We built this on our local providers and community. So all of the tradesmen and union workers, we had over 200 from this area, build it from the ground up. That was another big thing. It costs a little more, but the work is it's so worth it. And it's just so exciting to see something like this for the people of this area, because up until now, this wasn't an option. Our career choices were very limited.
Yes, the sportsbook room was pretty impressive.
It is the best in the area. You won't find anything like it probably in the state of Kentucky. We have 3 cinema-sized screens, all broken into different games. Recliners, couches, booths, high tops, anything you could want. So all of our machines, we have over 660, and we say slot-like games.
Okay.
They are the exact same as you play anywhere else. We have Buffalo Gold, Devil's Lock, Wheel of Fortune, all the ones that people know and love.
Okay.
But they're HHR machines, and HHR machines pay out in more jackpots than most standard slot games. Just this past weekend, we had 2 20,000 plus jackpots and several 10,000 and over jackpots. And that is definitely our main goal, is an enjoyable experience for every single person who walks in the door, no matter what they're coming for. Like we said, music, entertainment, sports, games.
Today we are visiting with my friend, Christy Addington. Christy is a real estate agent based in Ashland, Kentucky. She and her business partners are currently renovating a gorgeous 100-year-old home in historic Bellefonte, Kentucky. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about, you formed a small company.
We did.
With a few partners. Yes. What prompted you to get into this business?
So my daughter has been just dying to do this. She has wanted to flip a house for a long time. And I was talking with 2 other friends of ours who, couple Paula and David Fletcher. We came and looked at this one and saw the possibilities.
Sure.
And taking this 100-year-old home.
Yes.
And giving it character and life again.
So what kind of finishes have you put into the house that are new and not original?
We put a stone facade on the outside. We're putting stone around the fireplace that matches the stone facade. In one room, we have a granite countertop, but we flipped it and it's going to be a leather countertop.
Nice.
There's a couple things that have been left, such as the original flooring on this main floor.
And the beams in the kitchen. I love the beams in the ceiling in the kitchen. They're beautiful.
So we've tried to keep a lot of the same feel to the house and the characters of the house, and then just tried to enhance upon it.
Thank you for joining us today. I'm Lori Wilson, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time right here sharing the American Dream.
Welcome to the American Dream TV, Selling, Ohio. I am Christy Morick, your host, and today I have a special co-host and my daughter.
Hi, I'm Kayla.
Today we are in Little Italy in Cleveland. Little Italy in Cleveland is known for its strong Italian cultural heritage. The neighborhood was settled by Italian immigrants in the late 19th century and has preserved its cultural identity through generations.
One of the highlights of Little Italy is the delicious Italian cuisine. The area is home to multiple restaurants, bakeries, and cafes, all offering Italian dishes passed down through the generations.
Today we have the opportunity to interview the owner of La Dolce Vita, which translates to the sweet life in Italian. He has been around since 1989, providing an authentic Italian dining experience for those who love to come to Little Italy.
We have been here for 34 years, just shy 35 years of a month and a half. February 6th will be our 35th year. Kind of the first new restaurant in Little Italy. Just the whole experience here is very different. I spent a lot of time in Italy. I opened this place up and I wanted it to be like an Italian experience. And I just wanted to do like soup salad and pizza and dessert. And the name La Dolce Vita comes from the movie La Dolce Vita, which was one of my favorite movies. Fellini is one of my favorite all-time directors. And the movie was made in 1960, very vintage 60 movies. It's a culture. And this restaurant isn't just food, it's a culture. You know, music, art, food, and wine. You know, we put a big emphasis on Italian food. And when I first opened, I did not have meatballs. I didn't have chicken parm. I wasn't doing that kind of food. I was the like Mama Santa type restaurant because I was one of the first places to do tiramisu. People really like our eggplant. It's original. They love our tomato salad and they love our pesto pasta. And I will tell you, I've been making meatballs seriously for about the last 6 or 7 years. People love my veal meatballs. And then everything else, we buy the best fish, freshest fish. We buy the best meat, freshest meat, and I'm really big on produce. And everybody knows about our live opera. We've been doing that for 31 years on Monday nights. Sometimes we do it on the weekends, on Friday night, and we do it on the back patio, weather prevailing, and twice a month at least. We hope to bump it up to 3 times a month this summer, but our live operas are off the charts, doing very well. It's a 5-course meal plus dessert, $60 a person, 4 sets of music. Miss Julie Galenko is the producer and the soprano, and our live opera is spectacular. I can brag about that.
Sounds like that's an amazing night out. I think I might have to tell my husband to take me on a date.
Yes, absolutely.
The next time you're in Cleveland and you're visiting Little Italy, make sure you stop by La Dolce Vita and come in and say hi to Terry. Thank you so much for joining us today on this episode of American Dream TV, Selling, Ohio. I'm Christy Morick, your host.
I'm Kayla Cawthorn, your other host.
And we'll see you next time.
Teresa Slowey-Whittam, your host of American Dream TV Selling Cleveland, and today I'm taking you to Aurora, Ohio. Now, let's take you to one of the luxury homes in Walden. A client of mine just purchased this house last week, and it's so special, I want to show you Antler Point. Here we are on Antler Point. Let's go inside so I can introduce you to Marcy Imperi, the listing agent on this home that I worked with when I brought the buyer to purchase the house last week. Let's go.
All right, well, this is one of my favorite homes in the whole Walden community, and there's a lot to choose from here. Did you get a chance to tour?
I would love a tour. I've seen it before, but I want to show our viewers what makes this house special and unique.
Most of the homes in Walden feature bringing the outdoors in with a very open floor plan, and you'll see here this one is no exception.
The other thing that really appealed to the buyer that purchased this house is that we have one floor living.
This house has two options though, not only mostly on one floor, but also some getaways. There are two lofts that offer unique living space for various functions. You have large family gatherings, but somebody needs to get away. This home has that.
Can you show me the sunroom? Sunrooms are always my favorite.
Absolutely.
This is beautiful. Always one of my favorite rooms in a home.
Certainly, because you get to enjoy the outdoors with the coziness of being inside with either heating or cooling depending on the season. Teresa, do you like to cook as much as I do?
Love it.
Great, this is a kitchen for a cook. And I'll tell you, with all of the upgraded appliance package here, making a meal is a breeze. From the 5-burner gas range with the downdraft, and you have double ovens, a microwave, and I think my favorite feature though is probably that pot filler faucet over there.
I know, it's very, very special because it's in the countertop.
It's in the counter and has its own sink.
Yes,
yeah, right.
I like that.
And
well, thank you so much for the tour
welcome.
today. Thank you for letting our viewers have a sneak peek at what a luxury home in Walden looks like.
My pleasure.
Great. And Walden not only has great homes offered to buyers, but we also have great shopping in Aurora. So come with me and I'm going to take you to the Shell Bell Boutique. I love to shop local boutiques and stores near where I live. I find it so interesting to see how the passion and the vision of store owners can translate into their shop. Shell Bell Boutique is such a good example of that. Come inside and I'll show you what I mean. Let me introduce you to Michelle Shanker. Michelle is the owner and the operator of Shell Bell Boutique here in Aurora. Thank you for having us today, Michelle. It's great to be here.
You're welcome. I'm so excited you guys are here today.
Before we take a look around the shop, can you tell me more about Shell Bell? Like, how did you get the name Shell Bell Boutique?
So my uncle growing up, my favorite uncle, his name was Peaches, we called him, and he was hilarious. He was a wild animal. And he'd always call me his Shell Bell. So that came about, and then my last name is Shanker, S-C-H, so I wanted to incorporate all of it into my name for the boutique.
Perfect, I love it. Okay, well, show us around. Let's see what you have.
I'm excited.
Tell me as we look around, what are some of your favorite brands that you're known to sell here?
Oh, absolutely. We have so many good ones. One of my favorites is our Can jeans. They also make these great jean jackets. So our denim in general, you're not gonna find something that you could pick up at Target, one in a million pieces. You're gonna find pieces that are really special and that are gonna make a statement.
And oh, so many different pieces. Michelle, thank you for having us.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming.
What a fabulous morning. And thank you to our viewers for coming with me today on a tour of Aurora. From the Walden with the fabulous upscale luxury homes and very well-designed community to the Shell Bell Boutique. I'm so glad you joined me for all of it. I'm Teresa Slowey-Whittam, your host of American Dream TV, Selling Cleveland.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of the American Dream Selling Cincinnati. I'm Ryan Kiefer, and I've enjoyed hosting you today as our top local real estate professionals have shown you all around this great city of ours. Be sure to follow us on social at the American Dream TV, and we hope you tune in next time. But until then, cheers to your American dream.